Thank you, Candace. More love, more love. More and more and more and more. Can't get enough. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. More light. I have shared this reading with you before, but it's one of my favorites, and I don't think I've done it in a while, so here you get it. I Am Me by Virginia Satir. I am me. In all the world, there is no one exactly like me. There are persons who have some parts like me, but no one adds up exactly like me. Therefore, everything that comes out of me is authentically mine because I alone choose it. I own everything about me. My body, including everything it does, my mind, including all its thoughts and ideas, my eyes, including the images of all they behold, my feelings, whatever they may be, anger, joy, frustration, love, disappointment, excitement, my mouth, and all the words that come out of it, polite, sweet, or rough, correct or incorrect, my voice, loud or soft, and all my actions, whether they be to others or to myself. I own my fantasies, my dreams, my hopes, my fears. I own all my triumphs and successes, all my failures and mistakes, because I own all of me. I can become intimately acquainted with me. By doing so, I can love me and be friendly with me in all parts. I can then make it possible for all of me to work in my best interest. I know there are aspects about myself that puzzle me and other aspects that I do not know, but as long as I am friendly and loving to myself, I can courageously and hopefully look for solutions to the puzzles and for ways to find out more about me. However I look and sound, whatever I say and do, and whatever I think and feel at any given moment is me. This is authentic and represents where I am in that moment in time. When I review later how I looked and sounded, what I said and did, and how I thought and felt, some parts may turn out to be unfitting. I can discard that which is unfitting and keep that which proved fitting, and invent something new for that which I discarded. I can see, hear, feel, think, say, and do. I have the tools to survive, to be close to others, to be productive, and to make sense and order out of the world of people and things outside of me. I own me, and therefore I can engineer me. I am me, and I am okay. In every single way. Virginia Satir, a family therapist, wrote that for one of her clients many, many years ago. I have it hanging on my office wall, and it was bequeathed to me by my therapist, and I sat and looked at it constantly as I went through my healing journey. I am me and I am okay. That is such a great affirmation to bring into your life at all moments. When you're ecstatically happy with yourself and when you have self-doubts. You are you, and you are okay. At all times, in all ways, in this world on planet Earth that we live on and with, it's often called the planet that is a school. That this is the planet in the universe where people come to gather and get our education. You ever get tired of getting educated? You know, there have been times through my life, so I went, really? Seriously, is that how it works? Well, it kind of might be. And why not? Right? If we're going to be here, we might as well ramp it up and have it be the best you that you can be, the best me that I can be, and see the best in all of those around us, even when we may not agree. To come into a place of wonder and discovery, of paying attention, and just experiencing, to be bold, to be bold. This on Tuesday in our prayer group, we always read from the Science Mind magazine. I know many of you get this magazine, the Centers for Spiritual Living. Their theme for June is Holy Boldness. Holy Boldness. And the person who wrote this, I was going to look really quickly, Reverend Raymond Anderson is who wrote the readings for June. They always have an Ernest Holmes quote, and that is, all sacred scriptures have proclaimed the unity of life, that every person is a center of God consciousness. This is the meaning of the mystical marriage, or the union of the soul with its source. Jesus boldly proclaimed that he was one with the Father. This is the basis of all New Thought teaching, the spiritual union of all life. To be bold, to live our lives moving forward, to live our lives unapologetically, except for those moments when we may need to apologize. But even in those moments, to show up and live that moment fully. To not cower and be afraid of life. How many of us have done that and maybe still do that? And we don't bring our full self into the world. We hide. Not only are we hiding from other people, we hide from ourselves. So Raymond asks, pause and ask yourself, where am I not giving myself permission to be bold? Where am I playing it safe and trying to blend in to such a degree that I am almost unnoticeable or invisible? In doing so, what am I practicing? What am I being? As we consider this, let's also consider the ways that many use boldness as performative art, rather than an authentic state of being. I find so much truth in that statement because so many of us do show up as performative art. We're the class clown, right? That's a way of hiding. Now you can still be authentic and be funny and be humorous, but ask yourself if you're being authentic. And just ask yourself, is there any place, is there anywhere within you that you're just not expressing yourself? Or if you are expressing yourself, you feel like you need to constantly apologize for it. That you don't have a right to be heard. Just feel into that. Now, I know that for some of you, that would be a totally foreign concept. But for others of us, I think we learn to live very carefully and quietly so that we don't disturb the status quo. I'm number 4 in a family of 8 siblings. I learned how to hide really well. Because it got really noisy in my house sometimes. It was awesome. But usually when we were having the most fun and when we were the most loud is when we would hear from the kitchen from our mother, you guys better calm down because somebody's going to get hurt. Well, duh. Of course, somebody got hurt. It was constantly being affirmed. Now, of course, she didn't know what she was doing. She was trying to save herself some trouble later on. But it was just an environment where tamp down, because there's just too much chaos going on. There's just too much, right? That was my household. That was my experience. She is, I'm going to say my oldest sister, but she is. She is starting to write a book about our family, and she has charged each of us, we're going to be together next month, and we have to show up at our reunion with our chapter written about our lives, on how we see it, how we experienced it. It will be very fun. Because what I have learned over the years is that my experience is not what my siblings experienced. Their reality was something somewhat different, sometimes totally different. And I remember asking one of my sisters one time, what house did you grow up in? What family were you a part of? We are all individuals, right? We come to planet Earth, to Earth School, with our own individual agreements on what we're going to learn and who we're going to be. And it is said that we also choose those that we're going to do that with. Our Earth pod. Fun. It is so very fun to play with. And what is the most important thing is, are you living your life in the most authentic way possible? Are you living boldly? Are you okay when you speak up for yourself? Are you okay when you speak up for someone else? You are you, and you are okay. To be bold, to be alive, to say yes, and to not hide. And to let Spirit be your guide. I want to read another reading. I know it's a lot of reading, but I posted this on my Facebook this week. A person that I follow on Facebook is a man by the name of Jim Rigby. And he's the minister at St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church in Austin, Texas. I swear, he sounds like a unity minister. And he put some wonderful things out into the world. The heretic. There was once a heretic who took his students away from the centers of religious and political orthodoxy and told them to get their understanding from the birds of the air and the flowers of the field. The heretic taught in questions, not answers, and so became a threat to the experts of theology. The heretic embraced broken and impure people and so became a threat to the moralist. The heretic spoke of a love beyond boundaries and so became a threat to patriots everywhere. The heretic stood nakedly human, luminously alive. His message threatened all who live behind masks of morality and certitude. His message threatened the frightened masses with a call to what they feared most: authentic living. The caged birds of religious orthodoxy descended to silence the heretic as he attempted to show a way out of captivity. His sin was to remember the song of the human heart. His greatest crime was to remind the proud they are no better and the humble they are no worse. The heretic new love does not awaken easily in wounded hearts. Instead of launching a moralistic crusade, the heretic said what no moralist wants to hear: forgive them, for they know not what they do. In the end, the heretic was struck down, but those who embraced the crushed flower of love's message, a message beyond creed or boundary, were washed in the perfume of kindness and have scattered seeds of hope far and wide. The name of the heretic was Jesus, but there was also a heretic named Gandhi, and another named Martin Luther King, and another named Malala Yousafzai, and another named Harvey Milk. And we should all be grateful for the heretics who refuse to place religion over truth or their nation over justice, and who risk their lives to call our human family to a love that might someday include all. Do you want to play it safe, or do you want to be a visionary of love and inclusion? Do you want to be quiet? Or do you want to stand up for the marginalized? That doesn't mean, I'm not saying that you have to be out in the world being a Malala, or being a Gandhi, or being a Jesus. We all have our different ways of doing it, but where is your heart? Where's your heart? If your greatest strength is to sit in your house in the silence and hold the truth of boldness, first for yourself, and then those closest to you, and then on and on and on. We do not individually have the answers for everyone. We cannot fix anybody's problems except hopefully our own. But we start there, and we hold the vision of light and love and equity and generosity and compassion and love and acceptance for absolutely every single person. It doesn't mean we always have to like what's going on or what the behavior is, but within the silence of our being, to add to the love and the light, to be bold and to trust in God and source creation, whatever the name is that you call your higher power. We have been talking about the 12 powers, and we have done faith and strength and wisdom. And those are such three great starting points on your journey of boldness, to activate your faith, to awaken your wisdom, your judgment, righteous judgment, the righteous judgment of what is the equitable and loving thing to do for all people. And to know the strength that through you, you are capable of doing that. From an unknown author, Be bold enough to use your voice. Brave enough to listen to your heart. And strong enough to live the life you've always imagined. You are you, and you are okay. And so it is. Amen.